everybody, and welcome to Side Character Quest. Lord just completed 2 trials to gain access to the Temple of Brega, and he probably still has a little more to go. Yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna give you. All right, have fun. You feel intense pain.
Well, hey Ty.
Yeah.
That's a shitty way to be.
Yeah, it's a very difficult feeling. You feel intense pain. It's mostly centered in your back right leg.
Hey man.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah, man.
I thought you were gonna say my back, and I was like, man, I'm getting there. Feel that. Back right leg. Okay.
Back right leg.
So I got 4 legs again. Okay.
You have 4 legs again.
Shit.
Yeah.
No, continue your description. I just feel like I know where this is going.
Well, actually, no. Go ahead. Tell me what you were gonna say.
I try to move my back right leg and look at it.
You do that, and just feel an intense pain, and you hear a slight rattling.
And I can't move. Can I move myself? Or I'm caught by my right leg.
You try to move yourself, and you aren't able to go more than like a couple of feet, like maybe like a foot.
Yep. Okay, I look at my fur. What color is it?
It is black.
Okay, and my feet, are they like paws?
Yeah, they're paws.
Okay, I let out a
sound?
A sound trying to summon assistance.
You let out a sound, and it is a loud roar, bellow, maybe, and you do not get any immediate assistance. It's just, you just feel pain right now.
Okay, I look at my tail. What does my tail look like?
You look back at your tail. Looking back there, you see your back leg as well. You see that it is being clamped down by this metal teeth, this mouth that has just like slammed over your leg. Your tail is really little. It's maybe like, I don't know how big, like maybe like this, like yay long, like 4 inches or something. That sounds about right.
Am I a bobcat?
Nah, dog. You're real big.
4 inches long, huh?
I don't know how long. I'm gonna have to look up a picture. Do you want me to look up a picture?
Short tail, really big, black. Like in my head, I'm thinking like black implies some sort of panther or something, but 4-inch tail is like. Am I feline or canine?
Neither.
Am I a badger?
I will say that this feels very familiar to you.
Am I a bear?
You're a bear.
Oh, fuck yeah. Let's do this shit. Okay, so I don't want to chew my leg off because bear have a lot of meat there, and that would take a really long time.
That's the first thing that comes to mind. It's amazing.
First thing was I'm going to chew my leg off, but nah, Okay, do I have any memory of me getting here?
I find this interesting. This is the first time you've asked that. Roll me a wisdom check.
12. Wait, a wisdom check or a wisdom saving throw?
I'll let you use the better one.
15, motherfucker.
Okay, you remember that you were walking through the woods. You were foraging for food, and just maybe 2 hours ago, you stepped on something, heard a massive sound, and then this massive pain like swept over you as this thing clamped onto you. So you've been here for about 2 hours. You are in the normal place that you would be with your life.
This is gonna be weird.
Yeah?
And if you want to cut this, then that's fine. Am I a male or female?
That is weird. You're a female bear.
Okay, then I cry for my cubs. If I have any.
I will say that you do not have any cubs.
Okay, then if you want to cut all of that,
Yeah.
if you want to cut all of that, that's fine. But my thinking was, if I'm a female bear, I might have cubs that I could
That is perfectly
call
fair.
to me to help.
I could be wrong here, but I feel like bears only have cubs in the springtime, and I feel like it's been established that right now it's a little bit after spring. No, it might actually be the springtime.
Hey Ty, it's also been established that Laura is a dwarf,
That's true.
and right now I'm a bear.
That's true. So I'm gonna cut that part. What I just said. What I just
Yeah.
said. I'm gonna cut that.
Yeah.
So yeah. That is what you're feeling right now.
Okay, so I have two options here. And there's the wait game, and there's the escape game. And then the escape game has two options, which is the
Lean towards the mic a little.
I have to escape by myself game, or I can get someone to help me escape game. So there's three games here.
There's a lot of games.
What? So I'm a black bear, I guess?
You're a black bear. You're smaller than you are when you transform.
Yeah, not that big. Well, if I was a female, I think I'd be larger. Unless I'm a immature female, in which case, well, I'm just fucked. Wait, am I an immature female?
You're not quite, like, you're not the biggest one you've seen. You aren't really sure exactly how old you are.
Man, what a time.
You are not sure if you've hit puberty.
Okay, do I see the stake that the trap is attached to?
Yeah, you look down and you see that there are 3 stakes, all hammered into the ground.
Oofa doofa. Okay, I want to give a smell and see if I can smell any hunters nearby.
Go ahead. Do you have advantage on that?
Yes, I do. I've established that when I'm a bear, I have an advantage using scent.
Okay, go for it.
19?
Yeah, I don't know why I was gonna even try to roll. There's no way that they would beat that. Yeah, you can smell that there is currently a human nearby-ish, or there has been recently.
Okay, I give another really loud. This is. I don't know if this is a thing that you'll give me. I want to give a roar that is simultaneously extremely intimidating to people,
Yeah.
but also would convey to other bears that, yo, your girl needs some help.
Roll me an intimidation check.
14?
All right. Yeah, so you roar out into the air. It's fairly frightening to the average person, but you don't have quite the oomph that you would have liked. Just it's a little bit less than you're used to, just in this compromised position. And for the next 10-20 minutes, nothing really happens for you. You are just sort of stuck in this spot, this intense pain just constantly like racking you, and every once in a while you just sort of rock and let out what's the word I want, unwilling, what is the word for like when you do something without
Unconscious?
I guess unconscious, little whimper, little cry as this bear.
Well, I imagine, and if this is not the case, then you can tell me. It's your vision quest that I'm in. I'm gonna try to pull up the stakes.
Go for it.
How do I?
Give me a strength check, but you are going to have
Hey,
disadvantage.
look at there. Disadvantage. Okay.
Yeah, because you are severely injured right now.
Okay. 14.
14. Okay. So you are sort of pulling at this stake, and you manage to, or one of the 3 stakes, and you manage to get it to slide a good bit out of the ground, maybe like 6 inches, 7 inches out of the ground. But you can see that it is like it still is not wiggling much, as if it is still much deeper down than you expected. So you are still stuck. You got one to move pretty well, but it was not quite enough.
So strength has failed me. Calling for help has failed me. There was a human either near or recently near. Yeah, I guess I just wait and just every now and then let out a similar roar for help.
Okay.
Bears aren't generally pack animals, but maybe something will happen.
What's your passive perception?
14.
So you are just sort of waiting for something to happen, and after maybe 30 or 40 minutes, you hear some feet clomping through the woods, and you hear a couple of voices. Well, you can't quite make out what they're saying at this point, but they are definitely headed in your direction.
Okay, I'm gonna try for a very particular strategy. I'm going to angle myself so that I'm facing where they are coming from, but lay down in a way that appears submissive. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it totally makes sense.
Okay.
So you're kind of doing a reverse intimidation check.
Yes, sort of like a look at me. I am a bear who could eat you, but I've been brought so low as to the point of pity that you want to help me.
Are you trying to deceive them, or are you trying to persuade them?
At this point, I'm trying to escape this trap.
Okay.
So I'm not trying to get them to think that I'm weak to give me some sort of combat advantage. I'm trying to make them see that I have no other way out and am something in need of assistance that they would. So I don't know. That's up to you if it's persuasion or.
You can give me a persuasion.
I mean, it's both the same. What persuasion and deception are both -1, so.
Okay.
Got a 10.
Okay. So through the trees, you see carrying a lantern, although it is not that dark out right now. It hasn't gotten that late. You see two forms. You see a woman, and you see her small son, and they are stepping out into this sort of pathway that you find yourself in. And the son is holding a bow and arrow and is pointing it towards you, and the woman sort of like is holding up her hand to sort of indicate don't get closer, and she crouches down next to you, or not next to you. She crouches down maybe like 5-10 feet outside of your reach, sort of positions herself near you. What do you do?
Okay, so I've established that with my strength, I cannot get out of this.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot get out of this trap.
Yeah.
I have attempted to call for assistance, but as is so often the case, you can't rely on others.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. Is there something? I mean, I guess I could have tried dexterity or something, but I don't see a way out of this one. So I think I am trying to. Okay. Did you ever watch Secondhand Lions?
I did not.
Okay, great fucking movie. You should watch it. It's got Michael Caine and Robert Duvall in it. But the idea is there are these two old people who live on this plot of land, and they had all these adventures when they were younger, but now they're just old and they're looking for an adventure. And at one point, a traveling salesman sells them a lion.
Mm-hmm.
And their idea is we're gonna buy this lion and we're gonna hunt it.
Ugh.
And it's gonna be awesome. And this lion, they see this lion, and it's just like, it was like part of a circus or something, and it wasn't well taken care of. And they open up this crate, and they're like, hell yeah, guns strapped. But this lion is just like tired, and it's just like a lioness who's been through so much in her life that like the men see her and they're like, well, she's not really worth hunting until we nurse her back to health, and then she'll be worth hunting. And they become attached to this lioness. It's a great fucking movie.
This has been Eli's movie reviews.
Watch Secondhand Lions, and then if you disagree with me, you can fuck off. Anyways, I'm trying to establish this, like, I am not worth hunting.
Yeah.
I am helpless. I am but also trying to like impart that I am this majestic part of nature that is not only is it not worth hunting, but it is something that like stands for something greater than yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it totally makes sense.
It's a fine line I'm treading, but I think lore knows how to tread this line.
Yeah. The woman who is approaching you, she inches a little bit closer, and she reaches into her pocket, and she tosses out towards you some berries and nuts.
Yeah, wait. I sniff them
Roll me a perception check.
with advantage because it smell.
Yeah.
11.
You don't notice anything wrong with them.
All right, I eat them.
They taste fine.
Okay.
She inches a little bit closer to you, and is within your reach now.
I lick her face.
She stumbles back as you're starting to do that, but then sort of catches herself, and with that starts to rotate around you towards where towards your back leg.
Okay. I just stay still. I kind of okay. So you know how when a dog watches you, especially when they're asleep, they're just kind of like laying down, but their eyes are on you. Mm-hmm. That's sort of me at this point. Just sort of laying down.
I can picture exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
She reaches into her bag on her back, and she pulls out a long metal rod, and she lowers it towards your leg very slowly, and she begins to pry open the clamp on your leg.
Okay. Once the clamp is, or once it's unclamped, I like stand up.
The boy holds the arrow at attention towards you.
And I just look at the boy, and I look at the woman, and I just kind of and just sort of walk off into the forest.
So you, once again, have felt your mind pull away from this scene, from this bear, from the pain piercing at your leg, and your mind is flitting from place to place. You can feel warm, muddy water enveloping you. You can feel wind brushing, swooping through your feathers. You can feel the taste of a rabbit in your jaws. You can feel just 1,000 different sensations sweeping over you right now. And somewhere far away among all of them, you see a pinpoint of blue light, and you start to move towards that blue light. And it grows larger and larger, slowly pushing away those different sensations that you had just experienced. Eventually, that blue light fills up all of your vision. Then even that starts to back away, and you can see a blue stone, blue crystal, with just these green vines wrapped around it, covering this, that are also covering this stone surface with these flecks of yellow metal in it as you feel your consciousness returning to your body.
All right, I'm back.
You turn, and it's dark out at this point, and you turn and look, and you see Fish is laying on the ground maybe 10 feet away from you, and he sits up. It is colder, even though you know that this space had been like relatively warm for Mount Rena. It's still definitely colder than anywhere that you just were, and you can see the maybe 20 feet away from you at where the separation, the hard separation, is between the calm air surrounding this temple and the massive winds with snow just whipping on the outside.
Fish?
Yeah.
Were you just taking a nap?
Listen, man, it's been a while. I was starting to wonder if you were just taking a nap, just to fuck with me.
You know what?
Yeah.
Shit's starting to make sense now.
Are you doing that? And he points towards the crystal, and you can see pulling away from the crystal, all of the vines are sort of shifting and moving away from that central point.
Yeah, I did that. Have you never been on... You've been on a vision quest. Come on, man. It's this standard procedure.
Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I mean, it's happened before. Definitely.
Is this your first time?
No, I mean, I have.
Fish? If this is your first time, it's nothing to be ashamed of.
Well, I mean, I don't know if this one counts because I wasn't on it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, you see a lot of ducks when you go in here, don't you?
I wouldn't say that I've been in there before.
What? Wait, Graham... No, Graham took you in here. She had to take you in here. It's...
I mean, I've seen her go in. I saw her go in there back in the day. And as this conversation is happening, you can hear sort of the sliding of stone as a door is opening up in that space.
Hey, Ty, I don't want to make any, like, character decisions, but have I been in here?
I think that we established in the last episode that you have not been in there, but she has taken you to this spot.
Okay.
So you might have looked in, but you haven't. I don't believe that you've been inside.
But it's not wild for me to assume that the current peak has been in here.
No.
Okay.
Well, so like I think that he thought that he had made it clear to you that that like
the assumptions.
Yes. The reason he was like calling you is because like one of the main reasons he was calling you is because he could not hear the call of Brega, and since he couldn't hear Brega, he couldn't pay the debt to be let in the temple.
Okay, so wait a minute. You're a peak who hasn't been to the temple.
I mean, technically.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Well, I mean, I'm going to be in a few minutes. I'm going to be in the temple, so you know, the door's open. I can go in, right? That's how that works.
Lore just rubs his temples on his head, and he reaches into his pouch, and he pulls out his pipe, and he reaches in, and he frantically like pats pockets.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh no, I didn't bring enough."
It's been weeks. How much did you bring? Well, not weeks. It's been a while.
Hey, clearly not enough, Ty.
Clearly not enough.
Clearly not enough. And it's in this moment that he realizes that he didn't bring enough.
That's amazing. But I mean, I can come in though, right? Like,
wait, let me roll a nature check. Hold on, let me just. I rolled a critical nature. Can he come in?
All right, wait.
Hey,
did
Ty,
you get a 20?
I rolled a crit 20. I shit you, I'm not.
It is okay.
It was a nature check. In my mind, it was a nature check. So
Nothing is going to stop him. But you know that like people are only supposed to be like, you've always been told that in order to enter this temple, you have to pay the debt to Brega. So like you could bring him in, but like
shit, Ty, you're about to make Lore make the worst decision that Eli won't ever have to make. Lore just looks at Fish and says, Fish, I don't think you can come in here, man.
what do you mean?
Listen, you didn't. Listen, we can try to go in there, and I can try to bring you in, but I don't know what kind of debt Brega's gonna make you pay when you go in.
I well, but you
have no-
paid
you have-
you paid the debt, so I'm good. We can go in.
Listen, I paid my debt. Grandma Gold paid her debt when she went in. I paid my debt when I'm going in. Listen. We can try. You can go in by yourself.
I'm trying my best here, okay? Like I've
And this is a moment where, like, I feel like Laura has given Fish a lot of shit over this week, but this is not like that. This is like,
and he can feel that.
listen, man, listen, I paid a debt. Maybe you can go in. Maybe, but if you go in, I don't think I can go in. And if I go in, I don't think you can go in. I think this is a if or this is, man, fuck. Okay, listen. We can try. We can try if you want to, but I don't think I can keep you safe, and I don't think you can keep you safe, and I don't think anyone can keep you safe if you walk through these doors right now.
I am the peak. I admitted that I was not, it was not my place. I admitted that it was not, that I'm not good enough. I came to you for help. I don't know what you people want from me. I'm trying my best here.
Listen, man. Sometimes you get credit for effort. And man, if that was the case, you'd be in here, you wouldn't have even had to find me. I'd still be back in the Pines. And man, if I could still be back in the Pines right now, that's where I'd want to be. But listen, I'm here now. And if you go in there, something bad's gonna happen. Brega's not the kind to be like, oh yeah, no, he's with you, come on in. Brega's the kind that's gonna stab you in the ass and you're gonna die, and I can't, listen, this place is shit, I can't let that happen.
I'm not. And with that, he walks forward and shoves past you and starts to walk towards the door.
I cast Hold Person.
As he is stepping through the door, the vines that are on the edge of the temple shoot outwards and wrap around his limbs, his legs, and grab him and hold him in place. What is the actual text of the spell?
So I believe Hold Person, they must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Or be paralyzed for the duration, which is up to 1 minute. So it's like a combat spell generally.
Yeah. But what does he have to save against?
15.
He got a 13. So these vines wrap around all of his limbs and just sort of grab him in place and hold him in place in the doorway. Although there's a gap on one side, like he's more over to the right side of the door.
Fish, listen, fuck, man, just,
I'm trying my best.
I know, listen, I know, and I swear we'll figure, I'll help. You called me here, I'm here, I can't let you go, I can't, listen, I lost a lot of good people. I saw a lot of people turn to shit. You're one of the few people I have left. So I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna do what I can, and in a minute or two you'll be out of here, and you wait, go get a drink at the Bear and Squirrels, and if I'm not back, then find someone else, but you, man, find someone to teach you. You can do this. I believe in you. I take off the totem of Chichiri.
Yeah.
The little bird that you gave me,
Yeah.
and I give it to him.
Uh-huh.
And I say, listen, man, I'll be back for that. And I go into the temple.
Oh, that's so powerful. As you are walking, you start walking on this a relatively dark passageway, stone passageway, with just these flecks of metal in the wall. You hear him let out this quiet whimper as you're walking away, and then as you're going a little bit farther, you hear him quietly say your name, call out to you, Lore.
I'll be back. I'll be back. We'll get this figured out. I'll train you up. You'll be good. Just give me like 6 hours.
And you continue deeper into the temple. It's strange. You're walking into this space, and it seems like this hallway.
Wait. I turn around and I yell, "It's the Haints, by the way. It's the Haints." Find some bones. It's the Haints. You need a bag of bones. It'll be fine. Give me 6 hours, but it is the Haints. And then I give me that description.
Okay. You are walking down this hallway, and it's strange. Despite the fact that this is, this temple, you know that it is not very large. You get the feeling that you've walked more than the full distance across, and you are still in this hallway, and you look back over your shoulder, and you don't see, you just see more hallway. You don't see the exit, and you just are continuing walking forward, I assume.
As I walk, I am going to cast Create Water.
Oh, interesting.
Haints can't cross water.
Very good. Very good.
So I basically can make it rain within a 30-foot radius, and I guess that's what I'm gonna do.
Just in this hallway, you're gonna make it rain?
Like 30 feet in front of me, I just make it rain.
Okay. That's still in the hallway, just so you know, at this point.
Yep. Hey, listen, man. I don't know where these Haints are.
That's fair. So you are continuing forward, and after about 30 feet, you cross through this just like pouring down rain. It's strangely like unnatural, like it's just like sort of leaking out of the ceiling.
Yeah.
But it somehow feels right. It somehow feels natural. Like you're.
Does it? Hey Ty. Does it feel right as rain?
It does feel right as rain, and soon though the rain, you pass through the area of the spell, and not long after that, you see the end of the hallway, which opens up into a large space. And curiously, as you step out into this space, it feels open. It feels like there is it doesn't feel like it is inside of a dome. It feels like you have entered a atrium of sorts, and you are exposed to the sky. You look up and you can see the stars above you. You can see clouds, and you can see sort of coming from the center of the room and piercing up, you can see a spiraling storm rising up into the clouds above you. In the center of this room, just in front of the source of this storm, you see a large shape covered with these frayed and falling feathers, and they just sort of completely encompass this form just in front of the source of this storm. And as you step inside, the sound of your footfalls echo in this space. And this form turns around and faces you. And you see in front of you a young, dark-skinned woman with glowing black eyes. And she looks you in the eye, and a smile, a strange, unnatural smile spreads across her face, and she says, "Well, this was unexpected."
You a Haint?
Thanks to the Joy Drops for the use of Not Drunk as our intro and outro music. Find them at thejoydrops.com. You can find us at sidecharacterquest.com, at SCQ Podcast on Twitter, or by email at sidecharacterquest@gmail.com.
The Scavengers Network.
Creator-driven,
community-focused,
treasured content.
WIDK. Is your morning commute too much fun? Do you wish listening to the radio sucked even more? Join Fish Stick.
It stops you from pooping, but it has its own good chemicals that fight the bad chemicals in you, and that's why yogurt's good for you.
Lulu.
I don't like shellfish to eat. It feels wrong, like you're just prying open someone's house and being like,
The Professor.
If you really think about it, a hot dog is just a soft shell bologna taco.
And Mulch.
I don't want a body like John Cena because that just seems like a lot of extra spaces to have to clean. Like, there's a reason he's completely shaved.
This is I Don't Know Radio, the only show that delivers more than you wanted and less than you hoped for. Search WIDK in your podcast app.
This is going to get cut and put in the bloopers.
And with that, the music fades out. Fades out.
So the buck was very much, this is what Lore would do in his patch of forest. Like, he is like no, you fuck off. And the second one is like, okay, well, like, this is what the rat would do. Like, this is what, like, a smarter rat would do.
Yeah.
Escape. Like, I've gotten what I wanted. That's it. I don't need to hurt anyone. I just need to escape. The second one was like, there's no fighting my way out of this.
Yeah.
What would nature do if it had to rely on people? All right.
Yeah. So what are you thinking?
That was Silas, right?
Yeah, it was totally Silas.
With the protagonist. Yeah, 10 out of 10. Knew that. As soon as you were describing the black wings and everything, I was like, oh, fuck. It's not the Haints. Also, the smile gave it away. That.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping that this is very clear to anybody that remembers Silas.
It's our first crossover.
It's definitely not the first.
Well, it's the first player character to player character crossover.
So question: did you prior to this point? Did you suspect Silas at all as being?
Oh, no.
Nice.
Wait. Okay, is Silas a Haint?
No.
Ty? Hey, Ty?
Yeah.
If Silas is a Haint and you don't tell me this is entrapment, would my character know, are bottle trees common outside of Mount Rena?
I think you would. I think you would know that they are not. They are not unknown, but they are not common.
What about? Okay, so in Star Wars, the Outer Rim is sort of like all similar and not similar in culture, but it's like it has a culture to it because it is furthest away from the core planets. Along that line, I imagine that anything close to the wall is similar in that it's further away from Cirque.
Yeah.
And like whatever passes as close to a city. The closer to the wall do you get, are bottle trees more common?
I don't think so. Maybe.
Okay. So my thinking was this.
You are kind of correct in the idea of like the culture being more similar towards the center. If you go to a place like the Salton Seas, or if you go to the mountain range around Mount Rena, the culture is definitely going to be a lot more different than anywhere else in those areas.
Ty, this like stresses me out more than it should. And rogues to me, except for Alton, which Mallory did a fantastic job of making a rogue that like
that cares about.
It's
so good.
Well, her character creation was very much I'm taking these stats and I'm ignoring the name.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
So she didn't make a rogue. She made a locksmith with a klepto issue. Like, that's it. And it was so well. It was such an inspired, like, move that I, like, listening everything that... If you say, okay, well, Alton's a rogue, but you watch Alton, that doesn't make sense. But if you look at Alton and say, no, he's a well-established, upstanding locksmith, then yes, like, Alton makes perfect sense, and it's so good. I really enjoyed Deirdre, mostly because I like the idea of this badass, like, religious type.
Yeah.
Question.
Yo.
Canonically, do dwarves believe in haints?
Yes.
Like, is that the name they give them, haints?
Yes.
Good.
That was not until you started. I mean, well, maybe it was. Yeah, I kind of was.
I guess it is now that Laura was like, by the way, it's the haints. Ty, fuck off for your shit with making it so that fish can't pay the debt. Because I was just like, that's literally the last decision I ever want to make, which is protecting my friends and hurting my friends. I don't ever want, like, because that idea that, like, what I'm doing now is protecting fish, but it is hurting him.
Yeah.
On, like, a very spiritual, emotional level. I don't want to do that, but I also... He'll eventually get over it, even if it's because he had to write me off.
Yeah.
Like... I'm worried that I gave the impression that Lore gave a shit about the religion. He does not. Like, I don't think that Lore gives one single fuck about, like, and I know that this isn't a deity, but the quote-unquote deity Brega. What he cares about is nature, but, like, he also cares about the one fucking connection he has left. Because hey, guess what? You killed off his connection with his sister.
It's not dead. It's just not great right now.
So, like, he has one person that he semi-cares about. Like, especially after a week of travel, like, or several weeks.
I am not sure how long it's been.
However long of travel, like, I don't want him to be hurt.
Yeah, that's fair.
If I was fish, I wouldn't forgive Lore.
I really like the Lore character, and, like, this idea that this is somebody who, like, has written off people, and because they have written off people, they are doing a bad job of maintaining the people they still want to not write off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very nice. I really liked how his character's gone. Because
I feel like him, when he went down that hallway, he realized that he burned his bridge with fish.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I think that he accepted, he 100% accepts that when he comes out of this temple, no matter what happens, if he comes out of this temple, things are different between him and Fish, because at the very least, Fish is going to think that Lore thinks he's better than him, and he doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, Lore is like, no, I want you to do this job. I'm afraid that you can't.
Yeah.
It's very much a, like, I want you to do this job, but I don't want it bad enough for you to die for it.
Yeah, totally.
And if it was anyone else, he'd be like, hell yeah, dog. Come on in. The water's great. And, like, watch them get vaporized. But, like, Fish is, like, his one last connection that he has.
I love it. I really do.
No, I fucking didn't. So fuck off, Ty. Huff my nuts.
Oh, it's so good, though. Oh, man.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I'm trying.
All right.
Oh, man. We should really stop recording.
Yep.